Healing for the hurting. Healing for the hurting. So many people are hurting today. So many people. You are hurting. I'm hurting. Young men are hurting. There is healing for everyone that may be going through hurts, emotional pains, emotional injuries, sorrow created by what people has done to you or what you are doing to yourself. You are welcome to our series on healing for the hurting as we continue. Last week I told us that so many people are hurting. You are hurting, you are going through emotional pain because you have been cheated, you have been abused, you've been maltreated, you have been raped, you have been disappointed, you have been betrayed, you have been used and dumped. You have been duped, you have been defrauded. And this is making you to feel a kind of pain in the inside of you. And I made us to understand that these are obstacles placed on our way by the devil so that we do not achieve the purpose of God for our life. But we can always overcome. We can get healed, recovered, and be restored to normal life. Now, let me quickly read something to you. On his first day in office as president, when Abraham Lincoln entered to give his inaugural address, one man stood up. He was a rich aristocrat. He said, "Mr. Lincoln, you should not forget that your father used to make shoes for my family." The whole Senate laughed. They thought they had made a fool of Lincoln. Now, let me ask you, if you were President Lincoln, what would you have done? How do you think you would have felt? And how do you think you should have reacted? But let me read further. But certain people are made of a totally different metal. Lincoln looked at the man directly in his eye and said, "Sir, I know that my father used to make shoes for your family, and there will be many others here, because he made shoes the way nobody else can." He was a curator. His shoes were not just shoes. He poured his own soul into them. I want to ask you, have you any complaint? Because I know how to make shoes myself. If you have any complaint, I can make you another pair of shoes. But as far as I know, nobody has ever complained about my father's shoe. He was a genius, a great creator, and I'm proud of my father. Oh, how many of us have actually reacted that way? And you know what? The whole Senate was struck dumb. They could not understand what kind of man Abraham Lincoln was. He was proud because his father did his job so well that not even a single complaint had ever been heard. Ordinarily, what happened to him that day will have brought a kind of urge to him, emotional urge. Because that guy who asked him that question, who said that to him, didn't mean well. So I need to let you know that no one can hurt you without your consent. No one can do what? No one can hurt you without your consent. So do not give your emotion over to somebody else. It is not what happened to you or what happened to us that hurt us. It is our response that hurts us. So I challenge you to be excellent at work and whatever you are doing. Yes. So he was able to overcome. He was able to handle that hurt that was thrown at him. Are you able to handle the hurt thrown at you? You know that last week I told us that so many people are hurting. And I want to quickly dive into some people that are hurting. Young boys, young girls, they are hurting. Why are they having emotional pain? Why are they feeling emotional injury? Why are they going through this emotional sorrow? Because they have been abused. Child abuse brings hurt. Neglected. When children are neglected, boys and girls, when they are neglected, they go through hurt. When rejection brings us to children, to young boys, young girls, when young boys and young girls are abandoned and they are maltreated, they go through hurt. You see some young boys and young girls, they are withdrawn, and they don't socialize. You see them, they are not cheerful. Dig deep, and you will realize that these children are going through hurt. Now you see my experience and what I saw as I was visiting the juvenile home called Remand Home in my base. I was visiting them regularly, and I was ministering to them by the grace of God. And you know what? I was ministering. I wasn't just preaching to them. I was being practical with them. I will call someone and ask, "What brought you to this place?" And I tell you, it was very revealing. Some of them said they got to this point because their parents abandoned them. They didn't care for them, and because of that, they were looking for a way to fill that vacuum, and that drew them into the habits, into the attitude, into the things they did that brought them into the man home. So we have these young boys and girls that are hurting, and like I also mentioned last week, children are hurting. See, parents, my prayer is that God will grant you wisdom. You see, as a parent, there are some children will run to and hug, and the next thing the parent, the mother or the father will push them away. I don't have time for all this. Now, when you do that to a child, that child will begin to hurt. You do that the first time, the second time, the third time. Such a child will not come to you again. You will be going through hurt. And when he can't get one from you, the parent, he will look for it outside. And that is what has led some young girls, to fall prey in the hand of abusers of people, and they rape them because the love that they expect from their parents, they didn't get it. Now, I want to say this one before I stop today, and we continue next week. Business executives are also hurting. We have heard of a business executive, a big school owner, deeply involved in pornography. And when she was asked why she got into all this, she said her husband didn't have time for her. And because she didn't want to go into adultery, she got herself into pornography so that she can ease herself of all this. I know of another one who, what she did was to hire young guys to come and satisfy her because the husband was not available to meet her sexual needs. So you find out that business executives are hurting. They are hurting. But like I told us, all these things are stepping, and they are stones, stumbling stones, blocks on our way. The devil has arranged them just to stop you from getting to the ordained height of glory that God has prepared for you. But you can get out of it. You can be healed from your hurt. You can recover and be restored fully into normal life, and then fulfill the purpose of God for your life. Keep touch with us. Keep faith with us. Like I said, keep on with this channel. Like, subscribe, and drop your comments on the comment section. See you again next week. God bless you real good is my prayer.